Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Well, yesterday was a textbook Monday for me, and I'm about ready for the weekend. So let's plow through this week, shall we? The Anne Arundel County Council passed a record-setting budget yesterday. The vote, as in the past 3 years, was along party lines, with the 4 Democrats supporting the $1.87 billion budget and the 3 Republicans opposing it. Like Annapolis, the county has a structural deficit this year and will try to make up the $20 million shortfall with some of the new ARPA, which is the American Rescue Plan Act money, which is expected to be $112 million over 3 years. This budget represents a 17.6% increase in spending since County Executive Pittman took office. He inherited a $1.59 billion budget in 2019 and popped it up to $1.68 billion in 20. $1.72 billion in 21, and now we're at $1.87 billion. Fingers crossed that the county can find the funds, or Pittman will be forced to raise taxes and do some other unpopular stuff in an election year, and that's never any good. Speaking of things going up, health insurance companies have all requested an increase in premiums for next year from the Maryland Health Insurance Commission. It averages out to about 3.5% of an increase, which is not terribly bad. And in the past 3 years, premiums have actually decreased. So I guess there is a silver lining there. And if you do not have health insurance, just a reminder that the Maryland Health Exchange has open enrollment through August 15th due to the pandemic. Typically, it's not open until November. Go get your health insurance if you don't have any right now at the Maryland Health Exchange. And speaking of COVID, Governor Hogan will be holding a press conference a little bit later today at noon, and I am not really sure what he might say, so it may just be another opportunity to get in front of the cameras. I don't think he's going to rescind the state of emergency just yet, as there are some federal funds tied to it being in place, and actually probably that would also rescind the health insurance open enrollment thing. If I had to take a guess, and this is only a guess, and we can check this out tomorrow to see if I'm correct, he'll probably discuss reopening all state offices and services for in-person business and also reducing the COVID reporting to once or twice a week as opposed to daily, what it is right now. Just a guess. We'll see at noon. Hey, let's talk real estate for a few stories. The apartments formerly known as Watergate Village were more recently known as Watergate Point, with an E on the end because they were fancy, will now be called Nautilus Point, without the E, after being sold once again. This time it was to a Florida developer for $154 million, and I guess they feel that changing the name will help. And speaking of name changes, Reardon's, which became Factors Row, which became Harvestwood Grill and Tap, is now called 1771 Grill and Tap Room. Same management, same ownership, same menu, just a different name. Go figure. And if you have what I'm guessing to be a spare few $1 million lying around, I have got a deal for you. The Robert Morris Inn, one of the oldest inns in the country, is for sale. It's adjacent to the ferry dock at the Oxford Bellevue Ferry and at the confluence of the Choptank and Tread Avon Rivers in Talbot County. It was built in 1710 and has been expanded 3 times over the years. It is a fantastic restaurant. I've eaten there several times, and what looks to be a very neat inn as well. Never stayed there. The 2 owners came from the Inn at Perry Cabin to rebuild Robert Morris Inn, and now they are looking to move on. No price is listed, so I guess that's the real estate equivalent of market price on a menu. We have some pictures and details on eyeonannapolis.net. You can go check them out, or you can go directly to the listing site, which does not have a price, but it is properties.svn.com/Robert Morris. And if you do buy it, make sure you invite me down for a weekend. Hey, as we wrap it up, let's give away some stuff. I have a few gift cards to Mother's Peninsula Grill. I want you to email me or Twitter DM me and let me know the nickname of the owner of the place. He goes by a nickname, and here's a hint, it's 2 words. And speaking of restaurant owners, here's another chance for you. There was a restaurant owner in my flagship Leadership Anne Arundel class this year. Figure out what classmate owns a restaurant and then email or Twitter DM me his or her name and the restaurant, and I'll give you a gift card to that restaurant. I've got a couple to give away for both Mother's and this other restaurant. And I will warn you that the Leadership Anne Arundel one, that may take a little bit of research for you. My email is info@ionannapolis.net, and for Twitter DMs @ionannapolis. Good luck. Okay, that's it for the news. But first, a quick thank you to the sponsor for this daily news brief, Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, and to the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company, and Rehab to Perform, who will be opening up at 1750 Forest Drive very shortly. Alrighty, now hang tight. George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather, and he will be right here after we hear from Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, June 15th. Yesterday turned out fairly nice on the whole despite later PM showers and storms that moved through the region, but skies will clear nicely today and conditions should be fairly comfortable through Thursday before warmer temps return Friday through Sunday with outright hot conditions Saturday. Look for highs today in the low to mid 80s before upper 70s to low 80s tomorrow and Thursday ahead of mid to upper 80s Friday, with high temps Saturday likely into the 90s for the entire mid-Atlantic region, along with a chance of some scattered showers and storms as well, before a fairly nice finish to the weekend Sunday with sunshine in mid to upper 80s for highs. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
I've always loved being a realtor because to me, it's more than a job. It's something that gives me an incredible sense of helping others. And this year in particular, when so many people we've helped had to move rather than wanted to move, it gave me an even greater sense of purpose. Whatever the reason for someone's move, from a career relocation to simply needing to downsize, it has truly been super rewarding and a privilege to be able to assist our clients through all the steps of their journeys. Though it hasn't always been easy, we've learned new ways of navigating the home buying and selling process. So whether you need to say goodbye to your current home or are looking for a new house to start the next chapter of your life in, the Kristi Neidhardt Team is here to work with you and for you, because truly we are all in this together.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.